Pornography has had a huge impact in our society. It has contributed to divorces, lack of intimacy in marriages, and in some congregations, we have seen pastors or leaders set aside because they were caught in they were caught in sexual act. I was also hooked into this pornographic culture, and especially as a young Christian man who was reading the Bible every single day, something within me just didn't resonate, and I would feel the Spirit of the Lord telling me to stop every single day, and I will struggle. I will still go back and do it, and then the next day I will regret. The whole day will be messed up because I masturbated to some porn videos. But I never gave up. I kept consistently praying for this. And by the Lord's grace and mercy, the Lord has given me His power and grace in order to every single day overcome this feeling of lust, like desire for watching pornography or desire for just sexual encounters. So in this video, I'm going to detail all the strategies that the Lord has shown me either through dreams or by the reading of His words. Lust is like fire, and like fire, it needs oxygen and a medium in order to burn. We read in 1 Corinthians chapter 7 verse 9, it says, "But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion." Passion, or that craving for sexual activity, is being described as a burning fire in the Bible. The Lord showed me that the nature of the passion is like a fire which is burning. So I went further and examined natural fire, the one we ignite through a matchstick, for example. And my realization has been that, like natural fires requires oxygen and a medium in order to be persistently burning, so the Lord made me realize that so does lust. So lust needs a medium and enough supply of oxygen, its type of oxygen, in order to keep burning. So I began by identifying what are those mediums, for example. So what are the matchstick for lust? For me, as a young Christian man, I realized, for example, what I watched online. I was tempted by naked pictures of women, which I will see, for example, from Instagram, even YouTube, or even Facebook. So I became very aware of that, and sometimes just on my way to bed, what I will see is the image will just pop up in my head, leading me to masturbate. So by closing myself from that and becoming very watchful towards those things that I observe and how I interacted with the world, this minimize sort of the medium for lust to kind of take place in my mind or in my heart. The other strategy which the Lord showed me was that fasting and overcoming the flesh makes your will strong. I love fasting because I was motivated by the word of the Lord as spoken in Matthew chapter 17 verse 21. However, this kind does not go out except by prayer and fasting. The Lord made me realize that when I fast, I begin by fighting against one of the strongest desires of the body, the desire of eating food. And I saw that if I can hold up against food for a particular time, I can definitely resist the temptation for masturbating or watching porn. The Lord taught me to subdue my will, and also taught me that as the craving of food disappears after a while, so does the craving of sex, for example. One is necessary for the body, the other one we can survive without. We can't survive without sex, for example. So I recommend that you do fasting, even for a day, at least once a week, where you dedicate your will to the Lord. Now hold on to the winning will and use that will to motivate you to abstain from sexual immorality and other lustful things of this world. And you can do the same as well for other addictions that you may have. Amen.